Nitro Kid 98 here today, guys. We got it in the shop. That's actually my shop down there, but I'm using this one temporarily. We're rewiring that one, and it's just kind of messing there right now. We got the car finally unloaded from the trailers. You see, we're gonna be doing a couple things to it today. I got to adjust this fender because the door's hitting and making bad paint worse, but we're gonna go ahead and fix that. And actually, looking at the paint, I'm not that upset anymore for the fact that it looks like it's already got wear on it. Like, I hate to say that when you buy a new paint job, but it doesn't bother me because that means it blends in really well with the already factory paint. So like a good wash and just a decent waxing, and honestly, I think everything's gonna work okay. The roof's still absolutely terrible, but we can have that redone separately and it not be a big deal. But today, we're not even gonna worry about the paint. We're gonna do something that's actually something that I want to do, and that's gonna be, we're gonna put the wheels on today, and we are going to put the headlights in, and we're going to be putting the LED bulbs in the headlight housings. I'm going to give these a try. Instead of going to HID, I have a really bad time with HIDs, just not a lot of luck. Just a real quick disclaimer for anybody who goes hating, these are not real BBS wheels. I'm not going to sit here and say that they are. I just didn't like the fact of an empty center wheel where it looks like there should be a logo and there not being a logo, so I went ahead and put these on there. A buddy of mine had them, and he sent them to me, and so I put them on there. They don't even fit. As you see, it's like really lopsided. But I found a company that makes ones that go in the center that have Mopar on it. Want those done in red with a white Mopar, like the white Mopar M, and we're gonna do that. But that's the M that I'm talking about. But right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the car on jack stands, get it all lifted up, and then I'll be back. And then we'll also today check out what's making the rattle in the front end when I hit bumps real hard. Well, not real hard, but hit like a decent sized bump or anything, or a bumpy road, and we're gonna see if we can find where the evaporative emission leak and the O2 problems are. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna get the car set up and we'll be right back. All right, so I've started putting the car up on jack stands and putting the wheels on. The back wheel is on over here, but I'm not gonna show that just yet. We found the clunking sound on the front end, so luckily it's not gonna be something major I have to go find. This actually really quickly eliminated some time for me. While taking the front wheel off the Neon, and it's got some kind of like rainbow effect plastic dip on it. That's what I was talking about earlier. We found the clunking sound. The CV back here is ripped, torn, and dry. Like, there's no grease in there at all. That's the clunking sound when we hit a bump. That's kind of what I was hoping it would be, but I didn't know if it may be a suspension component or something of that nature, because there is a couple things in here that need to be replaced. Didn't like that was bushing in there, but there is. But, so, yep, there's the problem. We're going to look on the other side, see if we can find anything. But as of right now, that's pretty much where we're at. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up real quick. And then we're going to put the front wheel on and we're going to let you see what it looks like. So here we are, we got both wheels on the car, of this side anyway. Kind of let you see what that looks like. And yes, I'm aware of that one only has 3 lugs. I'm not going to worry about fixing that right now. For the fact that I gotta go back in and work on that CV, I just need to tighten it up now where I can kind of move it around the yard and get it in the shop. But this is it. I'm not going to set it down just yet because I'm pretty sure this thing's going to eat this front fender. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty sure about that. Actually, I kind of want to go ahead and put it down and see. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I got all the jack stands, everything removed. We're going to lower it down real slow. See where it's at. Really hope they don't eat that front fender. Yeah, I think we're going to be alright. Honestly, I probably could lower that front end, probably just a little bit. We probably will. But after looking at the coilovers that are on it, I'm a little nervous of exactly how much I want to lower, because it actually lowers the shock into the strut instead of the strut body into the bracket that mounts to the bottom part of the spindle. So it's not really a good design at all, which we're going to throw different coilovers on it after seeing that. I'm just not happy with the way that's set up. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and get to work on the rest of the car. We'll come back when everything's just about ready to start with the headlights. Alright guys, I told you one of the other problems the car had was a check engine light for rear O2. If you look in that bung right there in the exhaust, there is no O2 sensor. But I'm pretty sure this right here is the plug where it's supposed to plug into. I'm pretty sure they just took it out because it failed anyway. And it has no catalytic converter. It has an aftermarket downpipe on it. So it was already throwing a code for emissions, the rear O2. So I'm not exactly sure why they did it like that, but they did. So what we're going to do is the no-foul trick. For y'all that don't know it, look it up on YouTube. I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to do it today. You take a no-foul, and you basically take one part of it, drill it out, put the O2 through it, and then drill it in the other one. There's a tiny hole in it that restricts the amount of air that it can get. And in doing that, the computer gets just enough emissions to say that the catalytic converter is working, but not enough to know it's not there. So it's pretty much lying to the computer and making it where you can pass emission testing. If you're in like California or somewhere, they put a sniffer in your pipe, which basically it's pretty much like another O2 sensor, but like a standalone. That's probably not going to work for you. This right here is pretty much just to keep the check engine light off. And if you're in North Carolina like I am, where they plug your car into a computer and pretty much your computer tells on you whether you're good or not, that's pretty much the only thing it's good for, is keeping the check engine light off and getting through a pass like that or a test like that. So anyway, that's problem number 2 diagnosed. Now we actually have another problem. We got the evap to tackle still, but for some reason the brakes on this wheel have locked up. So I got to take that wheel back off and figure out exactly what went wrong there. I'm hoping I can go in here and press the brakes and let up on the brakes, pump them a little bit, and then it'll start working. I don't know. But I'll be back when we get the rest of the work done, guys. All right, so I got all the wheels on. The front wheels, though, this one right here was a lot harder to get on and let me kind of know why the other wheel wouldn't turn. Where I thought it was a brake issue, it's not a brake issue. The reason I say that what made me think it was a brake issue, I was having some trouble with the caliper. I checked everything over when I took it all, when I had it all apart. And I was kind of messing with the caliper a little bit, and it just kind of felt real loose. And I tightened everything up. And that's what made me think it was a brake issue. Now, the issue that I found is when I bolted this one on, it didn't want to go on, which led me straight to my problem. And that's the fact that it's hitting on the coil over there, if you can see. I ordered a wider wheel so it's in closer, and I didn't order the offset basically to correct that problem. So what we're going to do is get some spacers to pull it out. The thing that bothers me about getting spacers is the fact that it's not going to leave much room for that stud and for the lug nut pretty much to go on the stud. It could actually be a safety issue. I mean, they say form over function, but at the same time, there's a point where you got to worry about safety. That's why I didn't go crazy with stretching my tires. I just don't believe in, I don't really believe in doing crazy stuff like that. There's a point to where, you know, looks are not worth compromising safety and or performance. But we're going to run to the AutoZone real quick, see if we can get just some spacers just slide on the studs and see exactly how well that's going to work. Maybe it works out well, maybe it doesn't work out well, but we'll see. So, off to AutoZone. So I just got back from like every AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, and O'Reilly's. Any auto parts store that I could think of, try to find the wheel spacer that's going to work on the front wheels to keep it from hitting on the coilovers. Unfortunately, the only thing I can find wheel spacer wise is the 114.3 and then the 5x1 the 5x127. And these are the wheel spacers. It's the exact same thing that we put on Mickey D's car. These are the exact same thing. Unfortunately, with my car being a 5x100, it's just not going to work. So I'm going to have to order some, and it's going to take a couple days for them to get in. Yeah, I got to use a flashlight. The camera's acting up. But there is good news. I have found the evaporative emission leak, and I'm going to show you all that right now. Now, the code is pulling up. There's a small leak, and this is basically the evaporative emission valve, which is just garbage. I just don't care much for this kind of stuff, the emission side of it. And you have two hoses, and I'm looking at this hose, and I can already tell that it's not a problem. It's on there nice and secure. This one kind of spins that crappy clip, which we're about to break, and put a nice pipe clamp on. But if you come over here, let me spin around real quick. Come over here and follow that hose. And what I do is I pull that hose, and you see that one right there moves. All right, well, this hose right here, let me get my hand another way so you can see what we're doing. That hose right there just pops right off. Well, that right there is our leak. That's enough for that to pick up. I know that seems like insignificant as shit, but it's not. that right there, it'll pick up in a heartbeat. So now, I'm going to get a pipe clamp put on that. We're going to put the factory wheels on the car and wait on our wheel spacers to get here. I'm probably going to sit it down on the ground and get some pictures of it just to kind of have an idea of what it's going to look like. And it'd make an absolute awesome screensaver. And I'm probably going to put it on the Nitro Kid 98 Facebook page. So if you don't like that Facebook page, or if you haven't liked that Facebook page, go there and like it now. Go to facebook.com and type in Nitro Kid 98 in the search bar, and it'll pop right up with me. This is pretty much the end of the video. I'm pretty much done doing everything. I'm going to put the headlights in here in a little bit, but I'll make that a separate video just because this one's probably dragging out pretty long. And hopefully when the wheel spacers get here, that'll be another video. But do not forget to like this video. If you have a comment or a question, drop it below. And there's a button either here or either here. I have no idea. But it says subscribe, and you need to hit it. And also, you need to like the Nitro Kid 98 Facebook page, guys. Take it easy.